Last time on Black Clover chapter 297, surprising to all of us, we saw Megicula emerging from the body of Vanessa right after her defeat against the fight with Noel. With such a surprising turn of events, later in the chapter we also get to know that Lol of Pachika has also been turned into a devil controlled by Megicula. And with such a big cliffhanger, we finally have the long-awaited chapter 298 of Black Clover. And this chapter is filled with despair, hopelessness, and it seems like that our hero almost loses everything against the fight of Megicula. And as I expected, this chapter also clearly explained us how Megicula was able to come to the human realm without opening all the gates of the Tree of Qliphotht. Overall, this chapter is a very short one. It consists of 11 pages and chapter is titled as Uncertainty. And the art of this chapter also does not disappoint at all. It is just as phenomenal as the last one, and the last chapter has some of the best arts I have seen by Yuki Tabata. But before diving into the chapter, make sure to hit that subscribe button as I make these early manga reviews of Black Clover video every week, and hit that like button if you're hyped for future Black Clover chapters. And let's get started. Chapter starts with Noel being utterly shocked and surprised by seeing Megicula's presence in the real world, trying to ask her, why is Megicula here? Only the first gate of Underworld has been opened so far, and Megicula answers, saying that while I may use the gate of Underworld as my insurance, I far prefer to manifest through my cursing world magic. And Megicula gave herself the title of Evil Goddess Curse and continued talking to Noel and said, however, this magic took a pain-killing amount of time to effect and effort to locate the necessary sacrifice. It was quite a task to pull, I assure you. And by this conversation alone, we can see that Megicula herself does not trust Lucifer and the devils very much, as it would be pretty effortless for her to just sit there and wait for humans to open the gate of Qliphotht. But she did not wait. She put her effort and time to find a very good sacrifice to open her gate herself, which itself says that there is some sort of misconnect between Lucifer and other devils, which might take a huge part in the upcoming chapters. And continuing with the chapter, Megicula says that the Clover Kingdom Royal, Aesir Silva, my curse killed her, allowing me to half manifest through Vanessa's body. Venica, the prodigal devil host I, a supreme devil, made a contact with, but because she's trying to, I would be able to break out in a imperfect state. And finally, there's the Heart Kingdom Queen, Lol Pachika. Once both Venica and Lol Pachika dies, I fully manifest myself and will arise in this world. Then the panel shifts toward Lord Pachika, where we see that she's using devil magic water. And then we see that Noel is totally confused as we see that demonic magic is coming from Lord Pachika's side and asking, what did you do to Lord Pachika? And Megicula answered was pretty harsh to me as she says, I was merely messing around a bit with my curse, turning her into a devil. I figured I will help her, making some pleasurable memories before she dies pretty soon. And then we see Noel going total rampage, saying that don't screw with me, and uses her Dragon Hydra magic and actually uses that against Megicula, and you can see that attack got obliterated. It was like non-existent as like the attack was approaching Megicula, just showing the power creep in Megicula's, like the power creep in this manga, and how strong like supreme like the top of the top devil is. And I think that she herself might be comparable to the fusion of the two twin devils Asta fought against. But that's not the only thing. This like obliteration looks a lot like the Beerus Hakai, and I freaking love this. And the Megicula continues and saying that in my current state, this kind of magic is nowhere near as fast as not strong to the prior one. So by this, what she means that like Megicula herself used speech magic, so the magic the one fighting against should have like faster speed of magic than her speech herself. So yeah, like the magic the Noel will be using should be faster than the speed of sound, which will be pretty interesting to look at, because we saw that water is never as fast as sound. Like air can be faster, light can be faster, even bullets can be faster, lightning can be faster, but water being faster than sound, it is pretty like weird, and will be interesting to see what will be going on in future. But continuing, we finally shift toward Charlotte, and we can see Charlotte says that I won't let you get away with this, and Megicula noticing that, saying that so far you are the only person who has been able to counter my curse. The Queen of Bearers of yours is truly magnificent. And with this praise Megicula giving to Charlotte, I am pretty much in a comfort spot, saying that we will see more of a Charlotte in this fight against Megicula, which will be pretty interesting because I want to see more of Charlotte. I really like her as a character in Black Clover, and Charlotte and Noel fighting against Megicula will be amazing. And I think we will saw Vanessa also later in this arc of Noel versus Megicula, and it will be like freaking fire. By the way, if you have still not liked the video, make sure to do it right now. And continuing with the chapter, we see that Rill is finally like he was never unconscious, but right now he's in the action, as he says, I have to protect Charlotte's son, and says that Noel, your beautiful magic has given me inspiration. And he makes a very beautiful art or like magic, saying that picture magic, Twilight of Valhalla. As you can see, a whole palace and with like few guards or fairies have coming along. So Valhalla is actually like realm in Asgardian books, which is pretty interesting because I was just watching Loki and like just got into a bit of research of Thor, and I like heard of this Valhalla place where like the gods go when they die. So like yeah, it is something like that. And then we see that Megicula on the other side is using curse wording magic, uncontrolled slaves, and you can see that blood or this magic is coming like piercing through this whole magic Rill actually activated. And in the next panel we can see that all this magic is piercing through Rill, and it can be pretty interesting seeing what the Rill character will be in the future, because right now it seems like Rill is pretty much injured and might not be dead, I hope. But looking at Charlotte, like this picture is pretty beautiful, but it is like pretty small and not very detailed. So you can see that Charlotte right now doesn't seem to be like very much affected, as it looks like she has protected herself. But Rill on other side, he looks pretty pierced as his magic is also evaporating. But we continue as seeing that like we see that Noel is using multiple sort of magics of devils and like is trying to actually defeat her. And then chapter shifts towards Gaza, as we see Gaza says that remembering Lord Pachika saying to Undine that I cannot learn a single magic spell. He says to himself, I have decided to become the strongest mage in the Heart Kingdom, so that I can wipe out each other and everyone of our enemy who actually try to defeat you. So he became strong just to protect Lord Pachika. And in the last chapter, like not the last page, but in the next page, we saw a horrible injury of Gaza, as just as he was going to attack Lol Pachika, he hesitated as he saw the image of Lol Pachika inside the devil of Lol Pachika. And in the next panel we saw he getting totally wrecked, pierced by Lol Pachika's hand. And like it seems pretty weird that Lol Pachika's hand became so freaking big. Like just see, it is like Luffy using his like gum no like fruit. Like it is so freaking big. It is as big as Gaza's body overall, and it is like so weird to look at. But as you see, like Noel herself like noticing Gaza and noticing Megicula so much tension in the air, you can see that Noel as well lost her spirit divide fusion. And you can see like this is a situation of lost, as you can see Megicula saying you all have lost. And like yeah, like this is the end of the chapter. But I really enjoyed this chapter very thoroughly, because my issue with last week's chapter was like nothing was set on stone. We never knew that there was another method by which Megicula can come out. But with this like a rest week of 1 week, I finally understood, and I'm not like ranting on it. But yeah, I like at the first time I really did not like it, but as I gave it a time and now that I understand the whole mechanism, and it seems like that this method is only applicable to Megicula herself because she's having this curse wording sort of thing. And it seems like this thing was also how Zagreus came out of, because you can say that Zagreus had pretty similar technique as well. So yeah, like I was like really into this chapter. Like it was a phenomenally written chapter. But not only that, Lol Pachika's point of view, we will see Charlotte, might also see Rill, and I do think we will see Venica, because it seemed like a totally girl versus girl fight, and Rill will like rest. Just like we saw Dante versus Magma, which was not a boy versus boy fight situation, but it seems like a revenge plot. And same here, it seemed like a revenge plot, but Noelle at this point doesn't seem to be able to actually defeat a whole devil by herself. And for that, I do think we need Charlotte for help, because she has this ability and all this stuff. But ultimately, I think at the end, what we actually need is Venica and Lol Pachika. Venica is really important because she's not dead yet. Like we might actually be able to manipulate her, saying that Noelle says like, I like accept you as a rival, now just let's defeat this like crazy bitch. And like who knows, like we know that Lol Pachika at some time will get awakened, and like the time when she actually pierced Gaja might be the time of impact, and that she actually came to life. Like her mind, oh, what has happened? And Undine might have like taught her some sort of technique, like which can actually like get you out of this genjutsu or whatever it is, like genjutsu for Naruto, of course. Like I love that shit, like genjutsu was amazing. But yeah, like not getting sidetracked, this chapter was phenomenal. So yeah, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel, and see you guys in the next one.